And Mark makes it very clear who he believes Jesus to be. Jesus is the King. Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus is the Son of Man. The cross is his coronation. This is the battleground where the beasts are defeated. Mark declares, here is our God. The question for you and I to consider is, who do you declare Jesus to be? When you speak of Jesus, what ways do you describe him? And I wonder, has that shifted at all for you as we've taken this long look at the life of Jesus in the book of Mark? How does the cross shape your vision of Jesus? And maybe you're still trying to piece it all together. Maybe you feel like there are parts of the story that you don't quite grasp. I think that's totally understandable. I have to believe that this Roman officer didn't have the full story, and yet he recognized Jesus as the Son of God. So who do you declare Jesus to be? And then building on that, who do we declare Jesus to be? What ways do we speak of Jesus, not only in these Sunday gatherings, but in the rhythms of our lives together? How do we speak of Jesus to each other? Do we speak of Jesus to each other? Does the significance of Jesus bubble up in our conversations with others about the important things of life, like family rhythms and work life, and tensions in relationships or stress and anxiety? And I'm not talking about squeezing Jesus into every single conversation we have with everyone in our life. Like I'm even just kind of imagining the people in the room right now. What ways do we speak of Jesus together? Jesus is going to have the ultimate victory. He is going to crush evil, but he does so by allowing evil to crush him first. So with all of that in mind, the question for you and I in the midst of all of this is, are we committed to following the way that Jesus modeled for us? Are we kind of enamored by this sort of idea of Jesus coming alongside us on the beach, and us kind of like linking arms and sort of skipping along with him? Or are we embracing the invitation that Jesus has given us to follow him by actually shouldering the way of the cross when we come alongside other people who are in need? Are we willing to accept the way that Jesus defines success and victory as laying down our lives for the sake of others? And are we willing to move away from comfort in order to take up the way of the cross that Jesus modeled for us? And then, do we trust that the way of peace is truly the way to defeat evil? Do we see Jesus' vision for peace and restoration not only as the end goal, but also as the means towards that goal? Are we tempted to root for the ways of the Sicarii? You know, like a little dagger work here and there. It's not so bad, right? As long as the bad guys get stabbed. Not according to Jesus. He invites us to offer up our lives for his cause of winning over the world with love. Jesus, he wasn't willing to opt out. He embraced the way of enemy love right to his death. But that doesn't mean it was easy. I can say for me this week, as I've faced into this passage, and I've been wrestling through these exact questions, that, man, the message of the cross has been preaching to my heart in a very fresh and significant way this past week. I've been in a season lately where I've just been feeling like the shadows of darkness in ways that I've never really felt before. And I've been facing the weight of like really heavy doubts and struggles and failures. Struggling as a father, struggling as a husband, struggling as a pastor. And in my own way, I can imagine myself crying out, like, my God, why am I such a failure? My God, why can I not get it together? My God, why is darkness taking me over? Fortunately, I have some really great people in my life who keep reminding me that God is with me. God is for me. That Jesus is working towards renewal in my life. And so in the midst of darkness, I continue to hope. And the cross is our reminder that in dark times, God is still working. Even in the heaviness, there is reason to hope. Because, little teaser for next Sunday, Jesus does not stay dead. Death will be defeated. And because of this great truth, we have reason to hold on to hope.